In a lush, verdant garden, nestled among the vibrant greens, grew a small, unassuming carrot named Crunch. Unlike his fellow garden dwellers, Crunch was different. He was tall and slender, with a bright orange hue that shimmered under the sun. Crunch felt self-conscious about his long, slender form. He yearned to be like the plump, round vegetables that were the garden's pride. He longed to blend in, to be just like everyone else. One day, the garden's tender was pulling veggies for the day's meal. Crunch's heart raced as he watched the garden tender approach him. Would today be the day he would be chosen? As the garden tender reached out to pull Crunch, he hesitated. Something about the tall, slender carrot caught his eye. He looked at Crunch, not with disdain, but with a spark of curiosity. The garden tender picked Crunch up, and instead of pulling him out, he placed him in a basket of misfit vegetables. Crunch felt a mix of emotions. He was confused, but also hopeful. Where was the garden tender taking him? As the days passed, Crunch found himself in a different part of the garden. He was surrounded by vegetables that were just like him, long, slender, and different. Crunch felt a sense of belonging he had never experienced before. One day, a group of garden animals came to visit. They were in search of food, and Crunch's basket was the only one they found. The animals, grateful for the food, began to devour the vegetables. Crunch watched in horror as his fellow misfits were eaten. He felt a surge of courage he never knew he had. He knew he couldn't let this happen to his newfound friends. Crunch had an idea. He reached out to the garden animals, explaining that they were different from the other vegetables. He asked them to spare his friends and instead eat him. The animals, touched by Crunch's selflessness, agreed. Crunch was eaten by the garden animals, but he didn't mind. He had found his purpose, to protect his friends. In his final moments, he felt a sense of peace and fulfillment he had never known before. The garden animals spread the word about Crunch's courage. The other vegetables in the garden began to see the beauty in their differences. They realized that being different wasn't something to be ashamed of, but something to be celebrated. From that day on, the garden was a place of acceptance and understanding. Crunch, though no longer physically present, lived on in the hearts of his friends. His courageous journey had taught them that it's okay to be different, and that sometimes, it's our differences that make us special.